Good afternoon, everybody. My followers on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It's been a beautiful day outside today. The weather was glorious. Glad to be alive. The Yankees won. I told you I'm a big Yankee fan. And welcome to part 6 of the 10-part series of the 10 biggest mistakes that new owners make when purchasing rental property. So what we're going to do is get into that. And rule number 6, part 6, is not putting too much faith into the broker's pro forma. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is not putting too much faith into the broker's pro forma. So I don't know how many of you actually have heard this word. I believe it's Latin, pro forma. And basically what it is a financial statement that is based on the present or projected figures. So the broker will present this paper to you, and it is an individual breakdown of all the numbers, land acquisitions, cost for property, closing costs, all the different figures, cash flow analysis, principles from the bank. All these different figures are broken down for you, and it gives you a view of how much revenue can be made from the project. So it's a nice piece of paper to have because it gives you a snapshot of what's about to take place or what could take place. The reason that we're having this discussion is that we don't want you to take the piece of paper too serious, because at the end of the day, it can be real figures or it can be projected figures, and it can be used for you or against you, because you have some brokers that will inflate the investment pro forma by estimating items that have not been proven yet, which is not good. Okay. For example, we'll take an apartment building. The pro forma that it gives you might have projected to raise the rent. So the numbers that you're seeing are the rent figures that have been raised. Okay, they're not the real figures of the rent that is being charged now, but they are figures of what he wants to raise the rent to, and you're getting numbers based on his projection. Okay, so you might be believing that at this rental rate that this is the type of money that I can be making. The problem with that is that you don't know, because of the raising of the rent, whether or not you will be able to fill the apartments, because everybody's not or might not be able to pay or want to pay that type of money for the apartment. So these are projected numbers, and nobody has done the research to see how long it's going to take for vacancy figures. So again, these are different things that happen that show you that these pro formas can be for you or they can be against you, depending upon how you choose to look at the article. Again, the pro forma is a financial statement on present or projected figures for a project that is about to be developed. Okay, so there are also things where additional income is listed on the pro forma. So we'll take, for instance, that this particular apartment complex is charging for parking. So they get extra income for parking. Okay? Now, extra income is always welcome. It's always a good thing. I would love to have some extra income. Extra income is always a good thing. But I need to see some documentation. You understand what I'm saying? The pro forma is good, but I need to see the actual documentation from the revenue coming from the parking. That's what I need to see. I need to see real documentation, financial statements from the parking revenue. okay? Because what's written on the pro forma might not always be correct. Might not always be correct. So we got to watch that. You understand what I'm saying? And then we have an example of where the pro forma might not list expenses. All right? They might not list them all. You understand what I'm saying? So by you looking at the pro forma and trying to believe that it's accurate, you might be missing some things. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that you have an apartment complex and the expense for the removal of snow for the winter is not there. Now you might think it's not a major thing, but it's a cost and it's an expense, and at the end of the day it is going to detract from your cash flow. So it is a big thing. And I keep telling you guys that at the end of the day, this is a numbers game. It's numbers. Okay, I don't care how beautiful the property looks. I don't care your man told you about it. I don't care the pro forma. I don't care about all this stuff. It is a numbers game. End of the day. If the numbers don't add up, it doesn't make sense. Okay? As we spoke about it last night, if you're in this for appreciation, all right, that's a long-term goal. If you're in this for cash flow, then it's a short-term goal. Okay? So again, the pro forma is again a financial statement, okay, on present figures and projected figures. All right? So you need to be aware that it's not something that's written in stone, okay? And you need to understand whether or not the numbers are real, are they today, or are they projected? As I said before, the broker projected that he was going to raise the rent, and he gave you prices of revenue from the prices of the rent being raised. So if you're not careful, you might look at the pro forma and say, oh my gosh, I can get this amount of money from these prices. But they're not the actual prices. You understand what I'm saying? So you've been given some false estimation. Whether it was intentional or not doesn't really make a difference if you haven't done the research. So you need to find out whether the numbers are real or they're projected. And then on top of that, you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to fill the apartments at the higher prices. So there's a lot of things that go into it. A lot of things that go into it. So just to be careful. Like I said, it's a nice piece of paper to have because it gives you a financial snapshot of the revenue that could be made from this particular project. So while investing in the pro forma is a good way to get a snapshot of prospective properties that you're considering, don't completely rely on it. Do your own research, listen to my channel, get some tips, get a consultant, all right, before buying your own property. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to close out for tonight. It was a pleasure. The Yankees won again. We're not doing too bad. It was a pleasure speaking to you. And again, I'm going to give you a call to action. You'll see on my videos, you will see my photo. You can drag the mouse over my photo, and that will subscribe, comment, share, do all these things, which will allow me to continue to keep bringing you information and tips and so on and so forth. I actually have a book that my mentor wrote that is free. So click on the website. It's called Empire of Secrets, Lifestyle Secrets. Get the book if you are a real estate wholesaler. This is something that you want to read. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, part 7. We're almost done. All right, so you guys take it easy, and I will see you tomorrow. Adios.